Hello there and welcome back to another Ender Magnolia video. Well, you might be able to already see in the title and in the title of the video we're going to be watching, but we finally have a full release announcement trailer for Ender Magnolia Bloom in the Mist, and I'm so excited for this because I really love the first game. And if you remember, or if you haven't watched it, you can go ahead and watch it as well. I have done a little series on the early access version of the game. From what I've seen, there were no really big updates afterwards. There were no like new areas or new bosses added, which is understandable, and I've heard that it was the same for the Ender Lilies early access, so it's not that big of a deal. It was amazing. I loved it. I loved pretty much all of the new additions to the game, and all of the changes were feeling quite nice. But yeah, for more info about that, it would be best for you to just go and watch it, because I played it a long time ago anyway. But yeah, let's take a look at this announcement trailer, see the date. I've already seen it. I know it's in January. I think it was January 22nd, because I found out about this yesterday evening from a random article in my Google feed, in my Google News feed or whatever on my phone. You know, when you swipe to the left and stuff, and you see the little news. But yeah, let's get straight into this, because I'm really curious to see where the lore is gonna go with this game. I love the music.
Kick Creator Incentive Program. They're gonna pay an hourly to streamers just for streaming and doing.
Okay, we still have things we've seen before. The new map, the little city at the very beginning, which is still quite nice to see more populated areas. I think that... oh, hello. I think that was a new area. Okay, so that's a city. It's still a lot of things from the very beginning of the game, which does make a lot of sense. But the OST is so good. The Shackled Beast, we fought that already. So, okay. The memories, the different homunculi. Oh, don't tell me they're doing clones again. Oh, sorry, 23rd of January, and it's coming on all consoles too. That's so good. So, I think the early access price is still going to be available pretty much up until the release date. So if you guys want to pick this up, go pick it up now, because the price is going to increase. I'm not sure to what it's going to increase once early access is done, but it is going to go up. So let's take another look through the trailer, but there's not really that much. So we have little... what is this actually? It looks like a burning face of sorts. It reminds me of the head of the knight that was your main it wasn't homunculi, your main spirit back in Ender Lilies. And Ender Magnolia actually takes place quite a long time after Ender Magnolia. Ender Magnolia takes a long time after Ender Lilies took place. So that's going to be interesting, because we've seen things like that relate to that and reference that properly in the early access as well. Some chains breaking, which could be a metaphor or something. But yeah, generally speaking, the gameplay is stuff we've seen from the first couple areas, from the first 2 areas through 3 areas. I think this is just, yeah, that's like the beginning room, and this is kind of like the little... I think that's the beginning room. Or it might just subterranean testing site ruins. I believe so? but it has the mission search for the winged homunculus, and this only happens after you get out of the tutorial area per se. This area looks kind of new. It looks more run down, like a swamp of sorts. I don't think we've seen this, but it's like we actually see very little of it as well. Bench. This is of course the city at the very beginning, as I've said, where you learn most of the tutorial things. This looks to be, I think this is either in the very first area or it's close to the swamp area. It does have water, but initially I didn't even see the water there. You can barely see the water line, and I think it should be made a bit more obvious. Of course, I think this is a new area, but this area gives me the vibes of the final area from Ender Lilies, the area which was very blight infested. So maybe this either is closer to the kingdom where Ender Lilies took place, or the blight evolved. I'm not sure exactly what to say, because I feel like the whole plague that's taking over the homunculi, and I think even over the people themselves, does have something to do with the blight. But that's just speculation on my part. But yeah, this area reminds me a lot of so either the Witch's Thicket, actually, now that I think about it, the Witch's Thicket area, or however it's called, or the blight infested area, the final one that you have to go through, a mini gauntlet. It looks really nice. This is where you get your first homunculus. This, I think, if I recall correctly, is within the city or close to it. This is where you get the quest, I think. I believe this is exactly after you get out of the tutorial area and you first see the city. The world beyond. The winged homunculus boss fight and the shackled beast, both fights that were actually in the demo, in the early access build, and of course a bit more of the new area. And now I feel like I think a couple of these memories we've already seen, but there's one in particular that kind of gives me like more lore vibes. So yeah, we see some of the homunculus memories. I believe we've also seen this one either at the shackled beast or at the very beginning. This one. Let me go back frame by frame. This is giving me vibes of Lily and the clones of the White Priestess from the first game, right? Because okay, I kind of just spoiled a lot of the first game just with that sentence alone, but back in Ender Lilies, but it's not really that much, because you find a White Priestess clone quite early on, but you don't really know what's going on. So in Ender Lilies, you play as Lily, who is a clone of the White Priestess, the White Priestess being the one person who is blessed to be able to take on the blight and cure people of it by taking it in herself. Which is pretty much what you do throughout the game to cleanse the spirits that end up helping you, and to also help the White Priestess that is stuck being the Blight Lord. Again, big spoilers, but anyway, I think at this point, if you're watching an Ender Magnolia video, you're interested in the series and you've already played the first one. If not, I'm very sorry. But yeah, and this reminds me a lot of either them cloning people again, and maybe Magnolia is also a clone. I don't remember if she has a different name. So it's possible it's another clone situation, or these are just children that are raised to behave in a similar manner for the same purpose, but they're not actual clones. Because there does seem to be a height difference between some of them, like this one here is a bit shorter than this, and this one is a bit taller than the one in the middle. It could also be entirely something else, and I think, because this could also be a spirit, a homunculus flashback, like we had once before, right? Yeah, this one is, if I recall correctly, this one is part of the homunculus, like the fist homunculus. This one is the winged homunculus, and so on and so forth. And after this one, we have this one, which is another boss in the mines, and again becomes part of your arsenal once you cleanse it. Right. And then, of course, the title card, Ender Magnolia, Bloom in the Mist, and a bit later we have the release date, 23rd of January. Man, I honestly didn't think that Ender Magnolia would come out before Silksong. Yeah, I had to bring that up, I'm sorry, but this one's going to be up there, and I really think it's gonna be able to possibly compete against Silksong. Then again, it's gonna have a bit of an advantage since it's coming out first. But let's not forget there's both Silksong and Crowsworn coming out sometime soon. So those are gonna take quite a bit of the market for Metroidvanias, which is already kind of oversaturated by these big names, right? Because some smaller Metroidvanias aren't really doing that well because of the big names like Hollow Knight. Which is weird when you think about it, because you think that a big popular mainstream title would bring more players to the smaller ones. Like I've heard, for example, Biomorph isn't really selling that well, and for as good as Nine Souls was, you don't really see people talk about it other than recommending it to people. While Hollow Knight and especially Silksong, its sequel, is being talked about kind of like on the daily almost. You always see like every week or week and a half you see a Silksong video, like where's the Silksong? Anyway, that's besides the point. We're here for Ender Magnolia, and as I've said, I'm really excited to see this. I will be doing a series on it, so if you guys want to catch that when it comes out, why not subscribe to the channel? Also, a like and a comment do help a lot. As I said previously, if you do also want to watch my Ender Magnolia Early Access series, you can also find it right now at the end of the video. So yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one.